information station, WTIM.
Good morning. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and our WTIM morning show with Pana civic, business, and nonprofit leaders, coming to you from our Taylorville studios. The WTIM Pana morning show, it's brought to you by our title sponsor and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, along with your Pana Save-A-Lot, Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, Bob Riding's Pana, the Nokomis Dairy Queen, Pana Bowl, and the Okanee Chop Shop. Joining us now in this segment, I've got Trevor Loafman, a member of Nokomis. Trevor, good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Great. How are you doing, Grayson?
Man, I'm doing good on this end. I'm glad to hear that things are all right by you. And Trevor, we got a lot to talk about here today and some really good things to talk about. First and foremost, what was mentioned to me, a trunk or treat is headed our way. Trunk or treat and a movie night. Tell me a little bit about the plans for that, when it might be, and what to expect even from the movie.
We're having a trunk or treat on October 31st. We decided to have it on Halloween in conjunction. First Baptist Church right down the road has theirs, and we're going to have ours at Fred Johnson Park on Spruce Street. Setup time at 4 o'clock. Trunks open 5 to 7. We'll have the road blocked off. We welcome any and all trunks that want to come in and hand out candy to the kids. And then right afterwards, around 7 o'clock, we're going to have a movie in the park. I'm thinking it's the Addams Family, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But we will be having a big screen up in the park and showing that movie.
Okay. And for that movie, is there any cost associated with that, or is that a free deal that folks can just come on in and enjoy a Halloween-themed movie?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be free, but Nokomis was always willing to take free will donations. Well, I think we'll have popcorn up there and maybe some other vendors during that. We're still working out ideas on that. But, yeah, I mean, Nokomis is always take a little bit of a donation anytime.
Sure thing. Trunk or treat wise, is there anything in terms of registration or anything like that, or am I more than free to just come on up, park my car, and open the trunk, and I'm good to go?
We do have a pre-registration. I haven't put it out yet. It'll be coming out soon. Check our Facebook page, Nokomis. We'll be putting that out, and we have some people to register. But if they don't get registered, we take anybody. Okay.
So trunk or treat, October 31st. Opening the trunks at about 5 or 7 p.m., getting everybody settled about 4 p.m., and then movie night to follow at about 7. Thinking the Addams Family right now as it stands.
That is correct.
Beautiful. Okay, so that's a look at the trunk or treat and movie night coming up as well. I believe Nokomis, just a touch that we want to talk about with them as well. What can you tell me about Nokomis and what's coming up with that?
This will be our 3rd annual Nokomis. We'll do it December 12th in the evening and December 13th in the morning into early afternoon. We usually have food trucks. We'll have an ice skating rink, tons of vendors, all the shops will be open. Friday night, they're going to have a lighted parade. Saturday, they'll have a parade to bring Santa to the library for cookies with Santa. And like I said, 2 different parades, one Friday night, one Saturday, tons of vendors. If there's any vendors interested for any of our events, nokomisevents@gmail.com. They can always shoot an email and get that information. We always are looking for vendors. It's going to be probably bigger this year than it was last year. We've got some carriage rides running around a few blocks in town, and we've shut down Route 16, and everybody can move freely down Route 16 for a few blocks back and forth from City Hall to the main 4-way at Spruce Street.
Okay, so December 12th and 13th. Be on the lookout for more news about Nokomis, but the carriage rides and others, you're expecting it to already be bigger than the 2 previous years. What kind of goes into planning for Nokomis? Obviously, you're a little ways away, but in terms of the 3rd annual, are we bringing anything new or unique to Nokomis?
There's a kid area with they'll blow snow around and the kids can play in the snow. Like I said, the ice skating rink's a huge hit. They got several vendors with different wares. One of the main ones is the nuts. They got the candied nuts that are hot and fresh, and like I said, the cocoa vendors, and there's little events for kids. And like last year, they did Find the Elf at some of our stores in town, some of our businesses. So there's a little bit for everybody there. There's usually a reindeer you can get your picture with, and a lot of stuff going on.
Love it. So a nice skating rink and more carriage rides. Take a picture with the real reindeer. Sounds like a good time. December 12th and 13th with Nokomis. And we're speaking again with Trevor Loafman. He is a member of Nokomis, telling us all about what's going down in that area. So that's not the only special event, though, that we've got planned, Trevor. You guys are keeping busy with the special events. You told me a little bit about canines and cars. What can you tell listeners out there about it?
Canines and Cars, there's a couple in town that's been putting it on, and the Downtown Nokomis Association had been helping with it. Now that we're Nokomis and we're combined, Jessica and Derek Durbin have put this thing on for a dog or pet adoption and a car show, and we've kind of partnered with them. We're handling the vendors for that event. That'll be on September 20th. 9 to 11 is car registration. 11 to 4 is the event. We're going to have some farmers market vendors and some other vendors with different wares at that one. It's usually 60 plus cars at this event. It's a great time. A lot of people in town. I believe we're going to have music entertainment during that show, that event also.
Okay. So canines and cars. You mentioned pet adoption and car show. How do we kind of delegate the two things? I've heard of car shows. I've heard, of course, about pet adoptions, but how do we kind of make the two happen in conjunction?
Jessica and Derek are big proponents of helping animals and getting them out of shelters so they don't get euthanized. So they've kind of been the forerunners in this, and we like to help out with it. There'll be adoptions. Montgomery County Animal Control is going to have some pets up there eligible for adoption. We also have a drop-off for pet supplies and food and whatnot. So they really work their butts off for that one.
Really cool conception there to kind of put the two things together. So canines and cars, pet adoption and car show. And Trevor, what was that date one more time?
September 20th.
September 20th for canines and cars. So that is 3 special events coming up. September 20th being the nearest date for canines and cars. Trunk or treat and a movie night, October 31st. And then Snow-Comus will be here in a flash, December 12th and 13th. All right. So this is something I want to dive into, and hopefully we've got enough time to do so in this first segment. So when I first talked to you, Trevor, you told me that we listened to the community, and there were 2 things that really stood out in terms of this is where we need to go. This is what we need to bring. Well, there are real talks about bringing those 2 things. What can you tell me about a daycare and a potential food market, farmers market, kind of year-round installment being had in Nokomis?
So we've had a local person take over the old Farmer's Oil, and they're going to turn it into somewhat of a market. Gatton's Farms has been one of our farmers market vendors, bringing fresh meat, chicken, pork, and beef to our farmers markets. They've partnered for what's called Farmer's Station in the old Farmer's Oil place. And then Eulery's Market has reached out to us with their produce. They sell on a different date than our farmers market, so it's kind of a more variety for people who are in town during the day. They've been during the day. Well, they're going to set up at full-time year-round at Farmer's Station also to sell their produce. And then we have one more coming to town. Kismet Coffee is going to move into the same building and offer coffee and sandwiches and smaller eating fairs there.
Really? Okay, so it's kind of we're bringing in 3 different entities to kind of combine for what is going to be known as the Farmer's Station.
Yes.
Okay, so with that being the case, it sounds like we've got kind of the meat side of things. We've got fresh produce. We got coffee and a little bit of things to kind of knock out in terms of small snacks, maybe small bits of food, things like that. Was there kind of a thought behind it where you said, okay, well, we can't just open this and then go, all right, well, we got one deal. This sounds like you've kind of figured out across the board what you need to be serving in terms of fresh produce and things like that. So are we happy right now with the amount of vendors, or are we looking to even continue to add more?
I think that place is pretty full. However, we've got a couple other businesses who've come to town. We've got a gentleman bringing a gym to town that's going to open in the City Hall complex. So that's kind of nice. I'm not sure if Farmer Station can handle any more. I think they're going to be full with the 3 vendors they're going to have in there.
Okay.
So we've got a few other things upcoming that I don't have any details on yet, but in relationship to some of the vacant buildings, I think we're going to have some ideas coming for them to get them kind of filled up and hopefully draw more people to town.
Well, I'll be looking out for more updates from you then on that. And gym-wise, you said City Hall complex. When can we expect this gym to be open?
I'm thinking by December. I don't have any final dates on that yet, but the guy, it's going to be called the Zone of Nokomis, or Nokomis Zone Gym. And he's put out a flyer and put a survey out to see if there was any interest, and he was pretty much overwhelmed with the interest to bring a fitness and gym place to town. So he's going ahead with it.
And obviously that wasn't one of the things that we had maybe discussed, but I see it as a really worthy addition as well when you're talking about bringing fresh food and local food as an option, and then working that food right back off if you want to do so. But just kind of that health side of things and really providing in that regard. There was one additional mention, Trevor, that you made to me about a daycare. This again was another thing that was needed by the community, asked for by the community, and we're set to deliver. What can you tell me on the daycare front?
The daycare is in the works. We've partnered with the First Baptist Church of Nokomis. They had plans at one time to put something in, and it didn't go. We have hired a director. Work is ongoing to bring the area, the education area of the First Baptist Church up to where it needs to be for to have the daycare for the community in there. So we have started taking some donations. Danielle Herbstreet is the coordinator and director. So all donations, you can reach out to her. And there's a list of things out there, cribs and toys and stuff like that. We don't have an opening date yet, but we are working feverishly to get this thing ready to go and up and going. There's a kitchen going in, and all the safety features that DCFS and IDPH are requiring. We're following their rules and making this thing happen. A lot of work's been going on for that.
I can imagine, and that's such a big deal for Nokomis and for Newcomis too, to be able to deliver on those two things in such a short notice. Really, obviously these might have been things that the community had been yearning for some time, but now they're really coming together in the last year. It's an impressive feat. So daycare coming soon. More information hopefully in the next time that we talk to Trevor. We've got a new gym, either being the Zone or the Nokomis Zone, something along those lines. But the gym at the City Hall complex coming soon as well. And then Farmers Station, kind of a combination of some of those vendors that you saw already at the farmers market, 3 of them total coming together to make the Farmers Station. So you guys are delivering, Trevor, and I'm excited to hear more about what you got for me in our second segment. We're speaking with Trevor Loafman, member of Newcomis, here on the WTIM Pana Morning Show. We'll be right back with him and talk more about his organization and the work they're doing.
WTIM.
For $8. On Tuesday nights, come in for the lasagna special with garlic bread and a side salad for $9. On Wednesday nights, grab yourself an individual pizza and side salad for $9. Pizza Pana is proud to be serving Pana and the surrounding areas with great Italian food since 1985.
As the weather cools down, it's time to get ahead of flu season. Here's Dr. Pavi Gill.
Springfield Clinic Taylorville is offering flu shots to help keep you and your family healthy this season. Join us at our flu shot clinic on Saturday, September 27th from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
Walk-ins and appointments welcome. Call 217-287-8855 to schedule.
Shop local first.
we make most of our purchases from local businesses, when we make the conscious decision to support our local communities, more good things happen. They support our schools, sports programs, and nonprofits. Keep our communities thriving. The Miller Media Group and these local businesses encourage you to shop local first. Marty and Donna Davis and all the team members at the McDonald's Taylorville, Pana, and Shelbyville locations. These local businesses and the Miller Media Group ask you to shop local first.
Shop local first. All across the area, shop here first. WTIM.
And we're back with the WTIM Pana Morning Show. Here on your information station, brought to you by folks like People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. Pana Save a Lot, Pizza Man, Noren's Hardware, Bob Riding's Pana, the Nokomis Dairy Queen Pana Bowl, and the Oconee Chop Shop. Joining me here in this segment, I've got Trevor Loafman, member of Nokomis, and we talked a whole lot about what they're bringing to Nokomis, and we're not done there. In terms of beautification, that was one thing we wanted to talk about too. We got these new businesses and new things happening, but we want to keep the town pretty too. What can you tell me on the beautification end?
Our beautification team has taken some donations and people sponsoring some of the planters. We brought tons of planters up into town, and Don Lola Spears, who are getting ready to retire from Nokomis Gift and Garden, have kind of headed up and gotten the right look for the greenery and the flowers that are going through town, and they are just amazing all up and down Route 16. These planters, they're getting ready to switch them out to more fall themed look in the planters. And man, you drive through town and it's just really neat to see these things. They're beautiful.
So these new planters, or I guess maybe not new, but get a refresh here soon as well. Yep, when you're coming through Nokomis.
They're going to keep that going.
Sounds good. Well, in terms of beautification, is there anything else like dilapidated buildings or anything like that you guys have your eye on?
There's a few empty buildings we've got our eye on to try to figure out what to do with them and try to attract more businesses to town. We'll have more on that maybe the next time we talk, but there's things in the works.
Well, we'll be on the lookout for it, and I think there's nothing but things that are coming to fruition right now, so we got to believe in the works and the process behind the scenes as well. Last thing we wanted to talk about here was the farmers market. Trevor, what do you got there?
Our farmers market is still rolling. We're going to roll to the middle of October. Right now we're Wednesday nights from 4:30 to 7:30 and Saturday mornings from 8 to 2. Some of our farmers market dates has live entertainment going on, and some of the artists that are coming and providing that entertainment are taking donations and just providing their time for donations. And it's been really neat to get up there, do your shopping at the farmers market and listen to some great music. And we've had a variety of musical talent coming through there. It's really been a fun time. We've also had a few dates with kids activities, doing different crafts and coloring and stuff. So it's a little bit of something for everybody.
Farmers market running through mid-October. Then plans for next year with the farmers market not going to change with this new farmer station, I would assume?
No, we're not going to change. We may alter our hours just by the feedback we've gotten from really hitting it hard this year, and we might make a few little changes here and there, like hours and stuff like that, but we're still planning on doing it next year.
Okay, so nothing going to change other than just a few small details, but expect the farmers market back around next year. Well, Trevor, we're just about out of time here, but I do want to thank you for joining us and telling us a little bit about Nokomis today.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Grayson.
Well, thank you, sir. And again, Trevor Loafman, member of Nokomis here on the WTIM Pana Morning Show. Talked a lot about canines and cars, Snow-Comas, trunk or treat and movie night, new businesses coming, the food market. When it comes to Farmers Station, a lot going on with Nokomis. We'll be looking forward to talking to Trevor Loafman, member of Nokomis, next time around with more on them. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 FM Taylorville, 107.5 FM Shelbyville.